I try to do everything before I got on here. It just didn't work. The last thing I had to do was plug in the dang on thing and so that it doesn't die. And that didn't work. So we got new beginnings here. Okay, I fell asleep earlier, so I had to stop the video. I feel like something is very much more detrimental to handle right now, but I'm hoping it'll start coming out in the read here. There's a couple different things I want to touch on. All right, so we got these new beginnings. We got this snake energy here. Uh, the shy Dinah or DNA. It's something about Chicago. Okay, somebody living in Chicago or something like this. Okay, I keep seeing somebody like in a high-rise building, like a skyscraper, tower, Trump Tower, some kind of tower. That Big Ben energy keeps sticking up in my mind. And there's another tower or something like this that I keep thinking about. Okay, and because I don't know, always go back to that building because that clock thing that's sitting next to it. And then I was thinking about Gilgamesh and his lion, okay, earlier. And then I was thinking about the intercontinental. So there's something about whatever that, I don't know even if they're on the same block or something. I could have sworn when I was down there, that's where it was. But I don't know if it's something about that area or somebody lives in that area or something like that. Because I'm telling you, when we were in Chicago, we stayed at a whole different hotel and I ended up walking. They were getting in the car and I'm like, you know what? It's only 2 blocks down. I'm gonna walk and see if I can see this building. Cause something is telling me to go over here by this building. And I ended up standing in front of that tower clock, but then I also went into Trump Tower and then I came out. You know what I'm saying? Just to go in there and see what it looked like in the inside, in the in the lobby part. Okay. But I think when I jumped in the car to go, I think we went around the corner. I mean, I could be mistaken. You know what I'm saying? I could be getting two different trips mixed up, but something in that area, okay? So what did we have? We had orphan came out, okay? And then we had awareness, okay? So I don't know. And then we had negative. There's a negative meaning for this orphan energy, maybe like around 5, okay? And then somebody could have took a child. What I kept picking up on is like this could be your energy or my energy here at the top here, because there's something about a fork in the road, okay? It's something also about that cross in the Kipper deck and being in reverse and the girl being lifted on top because there's something about my connection to the first generation peoples of this Taurus. Like I maybe would have never seen them. Do you understand what I'm saying? I would have never seen. I didn't meet my Taurus until maybe like the 90s, right? So whatever was going on in the 80s and 90s, okay? Because I'm even thinking about this energy of them staying in those Lakehurst apartments with one of the Parhams lived there with one of the Parham women lived there with their children, and I think they could have crossed paths at the same time. This has something to do with like time and placements or something like this, okay? I don't know, I just keep going back to that area or something like this. Even when it comes to that stack house, there's something very significant here, okay? Right? Because it's like a place and time. So I think about like back then, I don't think they knew each other, right? But one of these play sisters' cousins could have lived in that same area at the same time. And then I was thinking about now, that was the person that helped me with my wedding and picked out my wedding song. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what we talking about is the energies that play. If we have Siamese energies that are, or spirit guides or something like this, some of them could be wicked, some of them may not be. But there's something here. There's something about these first, second, and third generationers that have something to do with my assets and them working together as a family. Like we all must have knew each other. It's something here. And there's a couple things because it's something about fathers here. Something about fathers. It's almost like these boys are trying to get away from the fact that they could be my brothers and my lovers, however that will be, whether it's spiritually or not. It's something like this, okay? That a version of this Taurus could have ended up being raised by my first generational father, and I could have been somewhat married in and then raised with the third generational. The way I see the world is totally just different. I mean, I be probably freaking people out. The weird one, maybe they're in tune with what's been going on with the lifetime behind my back because I was never supposed to know. But I'm in tune with putting the elements together with my own building blocks to kind of explain it to me. But if nobody else sees higher than me, then I would just seem crazy. But then that would make me the most high God if I'm able to do it this way, okay? But there's something about swapping, it's something about swapping children or something like this, okay? And I don't know why these men do this. Maybe these men have some kind of other stuff they be doing. I don't know. But I feel like I'm a part of that Coleman clan and these other clans. It's something that's different about me than these other people here. I don't know. I'm getting something about the zero is going to be the hero, or the zero was a hero, or somebody thought you was a zero and now you're standing on top of the world. You know, they thought you had to look fancy and do all this stuff, and you just wearing regular folk people clothing. Okay. So we have this, like I said, the Quetzalcoatl energy falling down here. And then what came out on this side was something about Four of Wands energy, fairies. There could be fairies trying to marry you or me or something like this. A bunch of fairies. These is grown-ass women, okay, that live in the real world. But they're tied to fairy clans or tribes. These could be like little Tinker Bells for like Peter Pan, Forever Young, because I woke up from my nap a second ago and I kept saying Flynn Rider. And I remember a couple months back seeing my masculine, I call him the Aquarius, okay? But, you know, he was like excited, like, yeah, we did this. But I was like, oh my gosh. Like when I looked, it's like, the woman looked to see where she had birth or whatever, a snake with a lion's head, okay? So when I seen her, I'm like, what are you doing? Are you even acting crazy out there, okay? And so when I woke up, I was thinking about something burning or whatever, but the scripture was telling me otherwise. Somebody's trying to do throw some illusions or something like this. But the first person I thought about as a caricature, because there's something deeply invested with being in Disney, period, okay? I thought about Flynn Rider, okay? We kept getting all those cards that said, don't cut your hair, don't cut your hair. Tarot community, you gotta walk away, you gotta walk away. So, but I know that these flowers been up to something, especially that they all, like 20 of these women just resurfaced in my feed. They've been off doing something, some seance. They've been off doing some kind of retreat, laughing and shit like this, doing spell work to turn me into an old lady page, and giving a younger woman my trying to change something in the family room to make this younger woman, this Madison or whoever this is, the star of the show, okay? I know that they've been doing something like that, okay? Mystic Tory and them, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, you know, I don't know the method of torture that they're using against me, because then silently and going about their business, they don't have to keep throwing it in my face. It's measures of torture again. But I feel like they think their beauty or their connections with these people all this time is going to get them out of it. These are women that probably go floss through the Blair Witch, I mean, not the Blair Witch, but these witch trials or something like this. They show up looking fancy and suck, you know, in these little seances. And then the lawyers, I mean, and then the people, the judges act stupid about what's going on here, and they never get charges pressed against them. And this has been happening for hundreds of years is what I'm hearing. Okay, it's almost something like reminding me of a video that I did about George Washington and Napoleon, or whoever it was a shorter general that betrayed him and went back when they were all at that house discussing what they were going to do, and he went back and told somebody. So there's something like this shorter energy. This could have been just somebody of smaller stature that shouldn't have been there in the first place, and that's what ended something for someone. But I think it was on the Ohio, George Washington, something on the Ohio or something like this. Okay, and they were dressed in those toga robes and shit like this, because that is the thing that came in my mind's eye yesterday, is him on that that monument of him. I think he got a toga thing on or something like this. Okay, and there's some people trapped up under the throne. Okay, so there's a lot of things. You know, I feel like people going neighborhood level, I wouldn't know about that. Just like these people know about when I told y'all when I used to feel out of place because all the people in the family would be like, yeah, you know, the Johnsons, you know, the this, you know, the McCoys, or you know, this and that. Yeah, little Sheila, little daughter used to come from over here, run around with little cousin such and such. And I would be like, who is all these people that they're talking about? And it was like, it wasn't meant for me to know. But my brothers and my sisters knew, but even my sister was younger than me, they knew, but I didn't know, right? And so the way I look at it is I connect with God. So while they looking at it at a neighborhood level and they little families and stuff like this that they've been mixing children up with and shit all this time or whatever, I'm dealing with God. And I'm looking at these phenotypes and the features and things like this and the way they move and looking at people more like a man would look at the animal kingdom. So I'm looking at it from a different point of view than these people are looking at it while they thinking it's funny and they running off and indulging or stealing from somebody again. Okay. So you know, people may not, they might say I'm the weird one, but you know, I think that they're the weird ones or something like this, okay? Because I just see it different with more of a kaleidoscope, and I feel like that's what David or the son would be doing. So, and again, a lot of these people know a lot of shit about these situations because they've been gossiping. These are those women and the devils that's sitting there on the phone all day or communicating telepathically all day, talking shit about the one that they saying is a zero here. That's at the top of the pyramid here. Okay. Again, we had a feminine energy gonna come to the top of the pyramid with the cards that we had yesterday. So, with the little girl that was waiting at the house, now she's standing on guard in front of the house. Okay. These people could have been laughing at you then. You know, again, I don't know what age somebody could have been when they were sitting in the front of the house waiting for their parent, but I'm hearing it could have been 5, 9, keep coming up because it could be you was like 5 or 9 or from 5 years old through 9 years old. Okay. You might have had an absentee father for a little bit or something like this, or these women or these witches is not being honest about killing this generation, first generation version of this father. Okay. Because with some of these entities that don't die, with each generation, I'm saying we're talking about 10 years or decade or whatever, okay? Um, this could have been when the original father left. See, because they got to get rid of the original energy with the soul so that they can let soulless beings in with attachments so that these entities can have access to these children. So right now, if you have a daughter that's a single mother, and she have a whole bunch of children around her, best believe that there's some kind of entity trying to enter into that vessel so they can have attachment or whatever to those children in that household. And some of these families, these people are actually have enough or they're richer in blood or something where they can actually have these people cloned or something like this. And you know what I'm saying? Your daughter could be a feminine energy. You know, you change her diapers or whatever like this. But at some point in time, they could do something else is all what I'm saying. So somebody could be saying that you're negative and that's why you were orphaned, but I feel like it's whatever the snake did here. Um, it's whatever the snake in Chicago did here. Shy DNA. This person ain't even originally supposed to be from that area. Somebody could be saying that they're like a what do you call it? A Chicagoan, or somebody could be saying that they are. It's a word that I wanted to use. That's where they originate from, but somebody could be lying. Okay, they could have came from the south and moved to the north and took something from somebody else, a position, a job, a company, or something like this. Okay. Yeah, it could be this Tupac Amaru energy. Somebody could be kind of childish and they could have tried to get back at somebody here. Their families could be the ones that keep the records. And so they wrote somebody off as a when they were messing with this snake, they wrote somebody off as an orphan here to please this person. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles with this Minotaur. Okay, somebody's name could even be Tor. I used to know these boys. They was brothers named Anshan and Tor. Okay. um, but again, we got the Minotaur energy here in reverse with this red Taurus here. or he could be an Aries, but this person was trying to create a maze for somebody, okay, making something harder than it had to be. All right. And then we have awareness here. Okay, so somebody's becoming aware of something that's going on here. All right, it's funny how swords be working because they be trying to try so much, but it's like, I don't know. Like reassurance is me seeing a man that looked just like this within the past 24 hours. Now I got to jog my mind back to see what he was saying and whatever, okay? But you know, it kind of just throw these things in here to you know, help me see that we're on track or something like this, okay? So yeah, this person could be aware, and this person could also be dealing with these fairies here. This could be an older gentleman. This could be somebody that supposedly passed over or not, okay? But they could have tried to turn somebody into a zombie or something like this, picking out your brains or something like this. But it's in reverse with the Ace of Pentacles. Whatever they've been doing in the underworld, it may be even there might be shedding some light on what's going on here, okay? And then we have the Nine of Cups here with this Kraken energy. Somebody could have been patiently waiting, but we had patience in reverse last night. So there's a Pisces here that could be shaking something up or breaking a ship, or somebody's angry because you don't want to deal